Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another broadcast of Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016. We are here at Cougar Palace on the campus of WNCC for the semifinal game in the Western Trails Conference Boys Division, where the Mustangs are here to take on the Hemingford Bobcats. The Mustangs last night dispatched the Bayard Tigers and advanced to take on the Hemingford Bobcats, who defeated the Morrill Lions last night as well. The winner of this game will advance to face top-seeded Bridgeport in the conference final tomorrow evening at 7:15. In case you missed it earlier, the girls, the Gordon-Rushville Mustang girls, played probably their very best game of the season as they took down top-seeded Hemingford by a final score of 85-70. The Mustangs did everything right that could possibly go their way. They scored 30 points over their season average, firing on all cylinders, and they handed the Hemingford Bobcats just their second loss of the season. So now we turn our attention to this boys semifinal. Both teams come in with identical 11-5 records. We have just over 17 minutes left in the pregame warm-ups. We will step aside and be back with starting lineups and some replays from the girls varsity action in just a bit here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net. We will mute the sound here for just a little bit, and then we'll be back and ready to go in just a bit. So thanks for joining us here on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang Basketball 2016. This is Kelly Horstman, number 13, now into the game. And rebounded by the Mustangs. Quickly out ahead to Ashton Sassy. Over the top to Callie Schultz, but picked up. We'll catch a replay. This is Kelly Horstman, number 13, now into the game. 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the pregame before the semifinal match, the last game of the day here at Cougar Palace, between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Hemingford Bobcats. As we said earlier, both the Mustangs and the Bobcats come into tonight's game with identical 11-5 records. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. Few last minute notes as there was some confusion on the Hemingford Bobcats. As one of them forgot his jersey, and so we're trying to adjust and get the right numbers in the right spots for these guys. So for the Hemingford Bobcats, starters this evening, number 0 is Jamison Wood. He is a 6-foot junior. Number 4 is Johnny Manning, a 6'3" senior. Number 30 tonight is Brandon Chancellor. He is a 6'2" sophomore. For those of you Hemingford Bobcat fans that are tuning in, you'll notice that Brandon Chancellor is not wearing his normal number 32. He's wearing 30 this evening. The word is at the scorer's table that he forgot his jersey, and so instead of 32, he's 30 tonight. Number 44 is Tanner Benj. He is a 6'2" senior. And number 22, Casey Lashley, gets the start, a 5'11" freshman. Just under 10 minutes left to go in the pregame. We'll step aside one more time and be back with the starting lineups for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs here in just a moment on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Seven minutes on the dot left to go in the pregame warm-ups. Glad to have you along with us. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Tonight, the starting five, number 3, Ryan Schwarting, a 5'8" senior. Ryan leads the team in scoring with 15 points per game. Number 4 is Dylan Schwarting, a 5'9" freshman. Dylan averages 7 points per game. Number 22 is Trace Bagan, a 5'10" sophomore, averaging 6 points and 3 rebounds. Number 23, Rhett Conroy, the 6'3" senior, averaging 3 points and 4 rebounds. And number 24, Jared Nelson, a 6' sophomore, averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds per game. These two teams did meet in the season opener. The Mustangs won that game. Don't remember exactly what the score was, but the Mustangs have defeated these Bobcats once this season, though that doesn't mean anything. There's a lot of water under the bridge since that time. The Mustangs, for the last month plus actually, have been without the services of Morgan Holbert. Morgan back in action, though, after a dislocated kneecap. He's been sidelined for quite some time. Saw his first game action of the in a long time last night against the Bayard Tigers, and so the Mustangs are very, very glad to have him back and available tonight. Also, Mustangs also get the services of Corby Campbell back in the lineup. Corby, a 6'3" sophomore and a former starter, not getting the start tonight because he's not quite in game shape yet. Corby with a mishap and damaged a finger, and good to have him back. He's got a brace, a protective cover on that finger, but he is also available for the Mustangs here this evening. So the Mustangs back with everybody on board, and it couldn't come at a better time as we roll on towards the end of this season with sub-district play coming up just down the road in a couple of weeks. So let's take a look while we've got a minute. Oh, well, we've got the Twitter feed up here. Glad to have everybody along with us this evening. We'd like to know who's watching and where you're watching from. You'll notice we've got the tweets still rolling through from the girls' game. We'll let those continue to run. But if you're watching here tonight for the boys' game, feel free to fire off a tweet. Let us know who's watching, where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. And all you have to do is include the handle @SC Journal Star, and our search engine will pick that up, and it'll include it in the Twitter lineup, Twitter feed there that you see. We'll have that running for the duration of the pregame and through the halftime as well. So fire off a tweet and let us know who's watching with you, and a little bit of encouragement for your favorite team. So with that, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the girls' game earlier today as the Mustangs knocked off the top-seeded Hemingford Bobcats by a final score of 85-70. Let's go to the first one, to the left one first there, Jacob. One more over. There you go. All right, this first clip, give me just a minute to preview this. The first clip, this is the result of a Kenna Campbell block and then a fast break. And you'll notice at the end, Carly Hinn draws the foul at the end and will head to the free throw line. Let's go ahead and run this first clip. Lays it up and she can't get it to fall. The rebound, and there's a block by Kenna Campbell. Mustangs come away with it. Nifty pass that time by Carly Hinn. Kenna Campbell down the floor, up no good. But there's a foul on Carly Hinn. So the nifty flip from Josie Perez to Kenna Campbell. Kenna drives down the lane and can't quite finish, but Carly Hinn is there and draws the foul. Now let's go ahead to our second clip. This is a wild fast break finished by Ashton Sassy. This is Kelly Horstman, number 13, now into the game. And rebounded by the Mustangs. Quickly out ahead to Ashton Sassy. Over the top to Callie Schultz, but picked up. We'll catch a replay. So Ashton Sassy weaving through traffic and dropping that one in for two for the Mustangs. Our third highlight was this is an NBA-length three-pointer from Kenna Campbell. Go ahead and roll it. Now she'll flip it back up top for Kenna Campbell. Long three-pointer by Kenna. It's good! That is an NBA distance three-pointer for Kenna. And huge points for the Mustangs, 68-54. Oh, hold on. So, yeah, we're running up against some funny difficulties here, but we're going to run this clip again of Kenna Campbell shooting that three-pointer. And this time, I think the reaction of the Mustang bench is just priceless in the background. So go ahead, Jacob, and run the third one again. Go, Natalie Gasling is there to clean it up and puts it back for two Hemingford points. It's an NBA distance three-pointer for Kenna. and huge points for the Mustangs.
Let's see.
68-54.
I think we're going to have to run it one more time. Okay, now try it. Yep, now you're there. Go ahead and just. That didn't go. Jacob. Might have to.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second.
Now she'll flip it back up top for Kenna Campbell. Long three-pointer by Kenna. It's good.
Okay, now
that
we'll run the fourth
is an
one here.
NBA distance three-pointer for Kenna, and huge points for the. Dribbles through more pressure, shot up, and good.
All right, let's go back to. We are live. All right, here we are. Well, a little bit rough on the whole replay thing there, but you get the idea. We're about ready for the introduction to the starting lineups, and so we'll turn it over to the public address announcer for those introductions.
Gentlemen, let's meet the starters. First for the visiting Hemingford Bobcats. 6-foot junior, number 0, Jameson Wood. 6'2" senior, number 4, Johnny Manning. 5'11" freshman, number 22, Casey Riceling. 6'2" sophomore, number 30, Brandon Chancellor. 6'2" senior, number 44, Tanner Benning. Head coach is Brandon Vogel, assisted by Joe Collins. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting lineup for the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. 5'9" senior, number 3, Ryan Shorting. 5'9" freshman, number 4, Dylan Shorting. 5'11" sophomore, number 22, Grace Hagan. 6'4" senior, number 23, Rhett Conroy. 6' sophomore, number 24, Jared Nelson. The head coach is.
So there are the starting lineups, and we do apologize. We are up here on the very top of the arena here at Cougar Palace, and so we do have a walkway in front of us, and we've got some fans in front, and so once in a while we will have a little bit of traffic in front of the camera here, and we apologize for that ahead of time as we go forward here. We are just about ready to get things underway in this semifinal game. Rhett Conroy in the center circle to jump it up against Johnny Manning. The tip is controlled by Hemingford. This is Jameson Wood. He'll go to work against the man-to-man defense by the Mustangs. Wood guarded closely by Ryan Schwarting, and right off the bat, the Mustangs get the turnover as Wood traveled with it, and they'll give it over to the Mustangs just underway here in the first quarter. I am Clint Anderson, along with cameraman Jesse Moss and broadcast engineer Jacob Grover. Thanks for joining us here this evening. There's a three-pointer right out of the gate by Ryan Schwarting, and the Mustangs quickly out in front, 3-0, 7:33 left to go in this first quarter. Tanner Benj gets it ahead. This is Casey Lashley, now out to Wood, who looks over to the bench and gets the play. A 1-4 set against this man-to-man defense. They go high post to Benj, across to Wood. Wood on the wing, on the dribble. Now he goes inside for Benj. Benj goes up strong, gets his rebound. He'll put it back and draw the foul. They'll give that foul to Rhett Conroy, and that'll be Rhett's first, and it'll put Benj at the line for a chance at the three-point play. And he converts it. We are tied at 3. Tied at 3. 7:02 to go. You're right, Jacob. The scoreboard's wrong up here. Now they've got it. The Mustangs. Jesse, did you see who made that shot? Well, we missed that one. My apologies, as we're trying to keep the scoreboard straight and everything here. So this is Chancellor. He tosses it out to Wood. Jameson Wood's three-pointer won't go. Inside, that's Chancellor again with the rebound and the putback. And we're tied at 5. 6.5 to go. Just underway in the first quarter. That three-pointer off the back iron and no good, but rebounded by Nelson. Nelson gets it out, get it back up to Ryan Schwarting, and the Mustangs back to work. Now Dylan Schwarting on the right wing. Back up top to Ryan. 2-1-2 zone being played by the Bobcats. High post to Conroy, gets it to Ryan Schwarting. Scoop shot. Underhanded Michael Jordan-esque shot that time, but it falls in, and the Mustangs lead it 7-5. Just under 6 to go in the first quarter. Benj tries to feed it inside. It's a kicked ball. They're going to say a travel, and it'll be Mustang basketball. So the Mustangs lead it. Mustangs lead it by 2. 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Dylan Schwarting on the wing. They feed it high post to Bagan. Back out to Nelson. Thought about the three. Ryan Schwarting drives baseline, feeds it to Bagan. Back out to Nelson. Three-pointer on the way. Off the glass and good. Jared Nelson for 3, and it's 10-5. 5:25 to go. First quarter. Quickly up the floor is Wood. Into the corner for Manning. And back up to Wood. He'll dribble it up between the circles. Man-to-man defense by the Mustangs. Manning and back to Wood. Wood off of the pick. Now he'll pull it back out and get it out to Manning. So the Mustangs doing a good job on defense of keeping Hemingford from getting into their offense. There's a shot that won't go by the freshman Lashley. Rebounded by Conroy. Dylan Schwarting down the lane. Contact. Somehow Dylan flips that up and gets it to fall. 12-5. Here's Wood trying to feed it to Chancellor, but tipped out of there, and it'll stay with the Bobcats. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Mustangs in front by 7. Wood gets it into Chancellor. Over the top, Manning between the circles. He's guarded by Nelson. Hands it off to Wood. Now to Manning on the right wing. Drives to the baseline. Kicks it out for Benj. Three-pointer. That one is short off the front of the rim. Trace Bagan watches it fall out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. So the Mustangs have set the tone early with their defense as they get another turnover. Schwarting on the wing, drives to the baseline. Now he's cut off, flips it up over the top and gets it to Dylan Schwarting. Now back to Nelson, inside for Bagan. Finds Schwarting, Ryan Schwarting cutting to the rim, and he just couldn't quite finish that one. Rebound cleared by the Bobcats. Manning brings it down the left side, and now across to Wood. Wood works out on the right wing. Now he drives in. They'll kick it out. Lashley for 3. That one misses everything. Rebounded by Ryan Schwarting, and he's going to draw the foul on Jamison Wood. So now the Mustangs with a fresh set of bodies in there. Brady Bolender, Corby Campbell, and Sean Combs into the game. And it is really great to see Corby Campbell back out there on the floor wearing number 12 for the Mustangs. Ryan Schwarting cuts to the basket. He won't miss this time. Schwarting's got 7, makes it 14-5, under 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Benj crosses the timeline with it, gets it to Chancellor. Chancellor will now work it across to Wood. On the wing for Manning. Down low for Benj. Inside for Chancellor. Up good and strong with the left hand. And Brandon Chancellor has 4 points. Cuts the lead to 7. And we've got a foul called against the Bobcats. This will go against number 10. That's Jacob Horstman. And that is his first. And that is the second team foul on the Bobcats. 3:05 to go in the first quarter. Cross-court pass to Ryan Schwarting. Head fake, drives baseline, shot high, and gets it to fall. Ryan Schwarting out of the gate quickly. Mustangs lead at 16-7 as we're under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wood nearly lost it, maintains possession, and then a blocking foul called on the Mustangs. I think this is going to go against Corby Campbell, and that will be his second team foul on the Mustangs. 2:45 to go in the opening quarter. Horseman over the top to Wood. Gathers it in and goes to work against the good tight defense of Ryan Schwarting. Now Manning across to Wood, cuts to the basket, shot up and good. Cuts the lead to 7. Nelson works against Wood, penetrates, dishes it out. Three-pointer on the way from Ryan Schwarting, good! Ryan Schwarting eating it up early. He's got 12 points in this first quarter, and it's back to a 10-point game. 2:10 to go in the opening stanza here. That one's tipped out of bounds by Ryan Schwarting. Hemingford will maintain possession. So here's Wood on the wing. Looks, now he'll drive. Cut off and nearly has it taken away. Scramble for it. Lashley comes up with it. And then a takeaway by Corby Campbell ahead to Ryan Schwarting. Ryan will drive in. Wanted to leave it inside, but has to kick it back out. This is Bolender. Across to Nelson. Nelson across to Ryan Schwarting. Three-pointer again. And another one. Ryan Schwarting is en fuego in this first quarter. A minute and a half left, and it's a 22-9 Mustang lead. And Jamison Wood steps on the sideline, and they'll turn it over to the Mustangs. So a 3-for-3 switch. Conroy, Dylan Schwarting, and Trace Bagan back in as Combs, Bolender, and Nelson will head to the bench to get a rest. But it's a timeout called by the Hemingford Bobcats with, late in the first quarter here. Can't see the game clock. The First National Bank of Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Stop in and see the good folks at the First National Bank of Gordon. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company. They offer all forms of insurance. You can find them at 224 North Main Street in Gordon. 1 minute, 23 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Mustangs out in front 22-9. Dylan Schwarting will set it up for the Mustangs. And Hemingford has been forced to go back to a man-to-man defense. They tried to feed it to Conroy inside, but he couldn't handle the pass, but it's tracked down. They get it across to Dylan Schwarting, and that three-pointer won't go. Under a minute left in the first quarter now as the Bobcats clear the rebound. So now we've got Connor Weber in the game, and he's going to be called for carrying the basketball, and they'll turn it back over to the Mustangs with 51.2 seconds left in the first quarter. So Connor Weber, number 3, into the game. He is a 5'8" sophomore. So Dylan Schwarting sets it up. 45 to go in the quarter. Across to Bagan and into the corner for Ryan Schwarting. Schwarting drives to the baseline, leaves it for Campbell, but his bounce pass is picked off by the Bobcats. And now they have time to work with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Manning flips it out, bench, three-pointer on the way. That one is no good, and the rebound controlled by Trace Bagan. Schwarting on the run, Ryan Schwarting that is, feeds it ahead to Dylan Schwarting. Back to Corby Campbell, but Corby can't quite finish. 15 seconds left in the quarter. Behind the back dribble by Manning. Under 10 to go. Manning between the circles. Being hounded by Campbell there. Lashley with the long three-pointer at the buzzer. That won't go. And at the end of one, it's the Mustangs 22 and the Bobcats 9.
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. It's no secret that dealers define who we are. This group of energized businessmen are delivering like never before. And what are they delivering? New products, service, and equipment. for people with field smarts just like you.
The CPA firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, PC, wishes the Mustangs good luck this basketball season. Stop in and see Sarah Ritgarn, a CPA in the Gordon office. You can locate Sarah at 106 North Main Street. And Sides and Milburn Ford has 4 new 2015 vehicles in stock, and it's time to blow them out. Stop in and talk to Chris Heiser today about rebates and financing from Ford Motor Company. Just underway in the second quarter, Mustangs back to work on offense. Nelson on the wing, feeds it down inside for Conroy. To Bagan and back out for Dylan Schwarting. Three-pointer rattles in and out. Sean Combs with a good rebound, and then his shot is blocked out of bounds. Sean Combs doing yeoman's work inside there. Has it blocked, but the Mustangs maintain possession with 7:39 to go in the second quarter. Combs up top for Dylan Schwarting, guarded by Lashley. In the corner for Nelson, back out to Dylan Schwarting. And now Bagan, high post for Combs. Across to Dylan Schwarting, into the lane, and a reach-in foul going to be called on one of the Bobcats. That'll be the third team foul on Hemingford. Give that foul to, well, we got number 22. That's Casey Lashley, and that is his first. So the Mustangs toss it in. Bagan on the wing. Dylan Schwarting down low on the baseline for Combs. Back out to Nelson. Mustangs moving it around as the Bobcats are back into that 2-3 zone now. Nelson with the one-handed floater in the lane. Can't get that to fall. And Jamison Wood will bring it across the timeline for Hemingford. Mustangs still in the man-to-man. Lashley has it tipped, but Manning gets it back. Now to Wood on the left wing. Between the circles to Benj and around to Lashley. Chancellor will try the three. That's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Sean Combs. 6:38 left to go in the second quarter. Trace Bagan on the wing. Cross-court pass to Nelson. To Combs and the high post. Dylan Schwarting in the corner for Bagan. The pace of the scoring is really slowed down as there's a pass intercepted by Lashley. And the freshman will bring it up. Works against Dylan Schwarting for the Mustangs. Now on the wing, this is Manning. Manning into the corner for Chancellor. Across to Lashley. Now Benj in the corner. Cross-court pass. Manning for three. And that one is in and out, no good. Manning is, no, that's not Manning. That's Jamison Wood there with the rebound. His putback won't go, but Wood is fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line. That foul committed by Sean Combs. And so Wood, with 2 points so far on the afternoon, heads to the free throw line. First one is well short, missed everything with that one. As Ryan Schwarting and Corby Campbell come into the game. Conroy and somebody else has to leave. The Mustangs got 6 players. That's Sean Combs that's going to head to the bench. 5:57 to go, second quarter. Wood's second free throw, banks it home, and it's 22-10. Just under 6 to go. Nelson sets it up, pulls up for three. That's off the back iron, no good, but it's rebounded by Dylan Schwarting. Mustangs extend the possession with another offensive rebound. Nelson, a little scoop shot in the lane, up and good. He's got 5 points, and it's 24-10. And now a reach-in foul called on the Mustangs as they're trying to provide a little bit of pressure. That foul called on Corby Campbell, and that is his second. Now Rhett Conroy checks back in. And Corby will head to the bench with that second foul. 5:34 to go in the second quarter. Wood works against Ryan Schwarting. To Manning on the wing. Drives baseline. And has that pass tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs. It'll stay with the Bobcats. So we had a flurry of scoring early on in this game. Things have slowed down considerably now as we work our way through the second quarter. That shot is short. The Mustangs on the run. Dylan Schwarting's going to drive baseline. Finds Nelson cutting down the lane. Nicely done. Catch a replay on that, Jacob, would you? It's too late now, but yeah, that's all right. And we've got a timeout called on the floor. 5:01 left to go. A full timeout. We'll take it with them here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Whether you're melting ice or fishing on it, Gordon True Value can get you fixed up. Stop in and see Buck and the gang. Gordon True Value, downtown Gordon. 26-10, the Mustangs out to a big lead early here. 5:01 left to go in the second quarter. On the floor for the Mustangs, Ryan Schwarting, Dylan Schwarting, Rhett Conroy, Trace Bagan, and Jared Nelson. Remember to get those tweets on their way. Include the handle at SC Journal Star, as there's a takeaway and a free throw coming at the other end as Jared Nelson converts the basket. He'll have a chance at a three-point play. That foul is on Jamison Wood, and that is his second. Again, fire off a tweet if you're a Twitter person. Include the handle at SC Journal Star, as there's an offensive rebound. And the Mustangs back to work. At SC Journal Star, and let us know who you're watching with, who you're rooting for. We'd love to hear it. We'll have that Twitter feed up and running during halftime, which is only 4.5 minutes away. Nelson cross court to Dylan Schwarting. Bobcats back into the 2-1-2 zone. Ryan Schwarting leaves it for Trace Bagan. Nice look. Trace can't quite convert. And then a foul is going to be called, I think, Jared Nelson, as he was battling for that rebound. And that'll be Jared's first. Jared with 9 points so far. Mustangs lead at 28-10, 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. The Mustangs now are going to pick up the Bobcats man-to-man, full court. Manning leaves it for Benj. Benj guarded by Conroy. Now back to Manning. Manning picks up his dribble and gets it to Horseman, who promptly throws it away. Mustangs on the run. Ryan Schwarting puts in two more. Mustangs wanting to run. They felt like they might have an advantage on this bigger court with their depth and their quickness. Ryan Schwarting in the corner for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Rhett Conroy goes up strong, and he is fouled. Rhett Conroy will be back at the free throw line. He'll have two. Give that foul to Tanner Benj. That is his first. Rhett Conroy with his first attempts of the game with 3:38 to go in the second quarter. First one is good for Rhett. Makes it 31-10. Bagan and Dylan Schwarting out. Brady Bolender and Sean Combs in. Conroy's second free throw is no good and rebounded by Tanner Benj. And Benj swinging an elbow there. He needs to be careful. Pretty good way to get an offensive foul by catching somebody in the teeth with an elbow. 3:25 to go. They swing it across to Chancellor. Chancellor will dribble between the circles, now onto the wing for Horseman. They try to go inside for Benj, and he's fouled by Rhett Conroy as he's tried to deny that entry pass. Horseman tosses it in and gets it into Weber. Back to Horstman now and out to Manning with 3:10 left to go in the second quarter. All the way to the hoop, but unable to convert was Weber. And rebounded by Combs. Now here's the Mustangs on offense. Nelson in the corner. Cross-court pass to Bolender. And back out to Ryan Schwarting. Nelson drives in. Gets it to Conroy down low. Conroy has his shot rejected, but it's gathered up by the Mustangs. Bolender goes inside for Combs. He can't handle the pass, and it's picked up by Johnny Manning. 2:38 to go. Manning kicks it out. Weber, three-pointer. That one is good. Connor Weber on the scoreboard with 3. 2.5 to go, 31-13. Bolender on the wing. Now he'll work it up, and they'll swing it around. Ryan Schwarting. And now Jared Nelson inside for Combs. Over the top to Bolender. Into the lane. That shot is blocked. And then out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. Manning tried to save it, but stepped on the end line. 2:08 to go in the second quarter. Bagan in and Conroy out. And that inbounds pass is taken away by Casey Lashley, and Hemingford back to work. Benj with a big pick that time, and the Mustangs return the favor and take it right back. Jared Nelson under the basket, up and good. Nelson was on the business end of that pick, but he was in a great spot to take the feed and lay it in for 2. 1:44 to go. That one's taken away by the Mustangs again. They got their hand in the passing lane, and Ryan Schwarting sets it up into the corner for Bolender. Back to Ryan Schwarting. Inside for Bagan. Up and good. Just the way they drew it up. 35-13. And there's another steal. Ryan Schwarting takes that one away. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson is fouled, and the basket counts. Replay that one quick. A nice play that time as Jared Nelson draws the foul, knocks it down, and he'll have a chance at the three-point play with 1:16 left to go. 37-13 is our score. Foul goes on Casey Lashley. That's his second. And Nelson gets it to fall. So Jared will head to the bench. Dylan Schwarting back in with 1:16 remaining in the second quarter. To get it in to Weber. Weber up the floor. Into the corner. Now he'll pull it back out. Up top for Wood between the circles. High post. New player in the game. This is Austin Ferreter, number 35. And you go back inside to Ferreter. He'll kick it out for Chancellor. Cross court nearly taken away by Ryan Schwarting. Lashley in off the back iron and no good. Dylan Schwarting with the rebound. And before he can gather and send it down the court, it's taken away, and now a foul this time by Brady Bolender as he was trying to get to that loose ball. That's Brady's first, and it'll be free throws. I think this is Connor Weber who's at the line for the 1-and-1 opportunity. 42.9 seconds left to go in the first half. First one falls in, and he earns a second shot. 38-14. Mustangs started strong and never really looked back in this first half. Ryan Schwarting had 15 points in the first quarter. Weber makes them both. So 40 seconds for the Mustangs to work. Let's see if they hold for the last shot, as Ryan Schwarting not in any hurry to go to work. 2-1-2 zone. Ryan's just going to stand out there and kill some clock. We're under 25 seconds now. He looks over to the sideline or to the bench and gets the play. Now with 18 seconds, they go to work. This is Bolender across to Dylan Schwarting, into the corner for Ryan Schwarting. Three-pointer on its way. Good! Ryan Schwarting with his third three-pointer of the first half. 41-15, 5 seconds left to go. Weber can't handle it. 1 second, three-pointer on the way. Oh, off the back iron and no good. Ryan Schwarting wanted that one. At the half, the Mustangs with the big lead, 41-15. We'll be back in just a minute with some unofficial halftime scoring totals on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net coverage of Mustang basketball 2016.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Let's take a look at some unofficial halftime scoring totals. The Mustangs with a 41-point first half, led by Ryan Schwarting, who scored 20 of those 41. Jared Nelson added 14. Dylan Schwarting had 2, Trace Bagan with 2, and Rhett Conroy with 1. I know we missed a bucket in there as we were trying to get things rolling early in the broadcast. Don't know who that was supposed to go to. 2 points that we missed somewhere in the shuffle there. For the Bobcats, Connor Weber leads the way. He's got 5 points. Brandon Chancellor has 4. Jamison Wood with 3 and Tanner Benz with 3. And that rounds out the scoring for the Hemingford Bobcats. We didn't end up with a lot of highlights, but let's take a look. Don't remember what this one is, so I'll enjoy it along with all of you. Just the way they drew it up. 35-13. And there's another steal. Ryan Schwarting takes that one away. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson is fouled and the basket counts. Replay that one quick. So that is the only highlight we got recorded from the first half, but it was a good one. And the steal and the finish at the other end by the Mustangs. Well, let's take a look at the Twitter feed here, see if we've got any new tweets as we've gone along, and it looks like we certainly do. We'll get those fired up and going along here. A nice handful of tweets, and thanks for all the support, everybody out there in the Twitterverse, as we say. Really a big group of folks along tonight, and that certainly makes it fun when we've got so many people on board watching today's game. We are at the half. The Mustangs with the lead, 41-15. Just under 7.5 minutes left to go in the halftime break. So we'll step aside and be back with third quarter action in just a bit on Sheridan County Journal-Star.net. Well, while we've got some time to kill, still over 6 minutes left to go in this halftime break. We've got all these new doodads and fun things to play with. By golly, let's go ahead and use them. We kind of fumbled on the girls' highlights. We'll run those for you again just because it's fun to do. So this first one is starts off with Kenna Campbell on the block and then a fast break. Carly Hinn ends up being fouled at the end, so let's roll it. Lays it up, and she can't get it to fall. The rebound, and there's a block by Kenna Campbell. Mustangs come away with it. Nifty pass that time by Carly Hinn. Kenna Campbell down the floor, up no good. But there's a foul on Carly Hinn. So that was the first. Now on to our second one. This is we call this the wild fast break with the sassy finish. So let's see what we've got here. This is Kelly Horstman, number 13, now into the game. And rebounded by the Mustangs. Quickly out ahead to Ashton Sassy. Over the top to Callie Schultz, but picked up. We'll catch a replay. So Ashton Sassy getting it done there. And so now our third one. This is Kenna Campbell, and this was a really timely three-pointer, an NBA length three. And the reaction of the Mustang bench in the background is priceless. So let's roll that one. Now she'll flip it back up top for Kenna Campbell. Long three-pointer by Kenna. It's good. That is an NBA distance three-pointer for Kenna. And huge points for the Mustangs, 68-54. So that was a very timely three-pointer by Kenna Campbell as the Bobcats had cut the lead from 18 down to 11. They were threatening to claw their way back into the game. But the big three-pointer by Kenna Campbell slammed the door, and it was all downhill from there as the Mustangs rolled on to the 85-70 win. And now let's run the final highlight of the girls' game. This one, Ashton Sassy taking it coast to coast. Jumper won't go. Natalie Gasling is there to clean it up and puts it back for 2 Hemingford points. Ashton Sassy dribbles through the pressure, dribbles through more pressure, shot up and good. And so while we've got the replays up and running, let's give you our highlight from the boys' game so far. Just the way they drew it up, 35-13. And there's another steal. Ryan Schwarting takes that one away, leaves it for Nelson. Nelson is fouled and the basket counts. Replay that one quick. We get our Twitter feed up and running. Again, thanks again for all of the great tweets this evening. We got so many of them. Takes a while to get through the whole batch of them. But thanks very much. 3 minutes left to go in the halftime break. Mustangs and the Bobcats back out on the floor. 3 minutes left to go. We'll step aside, let you enjoy the Twitter feed for a bit. We'll be back with the third quarter in just a little under 3 minutes. So we are ready for the third quarter to get underway. 8 minutes on the clock. The Mustangs with a big lead as we start the second half, 41-15. Hemingford has the basketball, and away we go. Jamison Wood for three, and that one is good, and that'll heal you up in a hurry when you can knock them down like that. Jamison now with 6 points, 41-18, just underway in the third quarter. Nelson on the wing. Bobcats still in that 2-on-2 zone. Conroy across to Dylan Schwarting. Ryan Schwarting, three-pointer on the way. Good, answers right back. Ryan has been unbelievable here in this game so far tonight. 44-18, under 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Now this is Lashley. Got it out deep and back to Wood. Dribbles between the circles and back to Lashley. With the left hand into the lane, kicks it back out for Wood. Three-pointer on the way is good. 3 shots in the second half, all 3 of them three-pointers, and all 3 of them in the net. Schwarting high post for Conroy, and he is fouled by Jamison Wood on the entry pass. And that is Wood's third foul. And that could be trouble for these Bobcats. Wood, a very integral part of this offense. Nelson takes the inbounds pass, and the Mustangs go back to work as now Hemingford trying to extend that 2-on-2 zone out and cause the Mustangs some trouble. Nelson cross court to Dylan Schwarting. And back up between the circles to Nelson. Drives into the free throw line and tries to feed it inside. It's taken away by Chancellor, and here come the Bobcats. 6.5 to go, third quarter. Wood crosses the timeline, works against Ryan Schwarting, gives him the slip, and now pulls up and tosses it out to Manning, who will bring it up to the top. Lashley on the wing, works against Dylan Schwarting. Now Tanner Benj and around to Wood. Into Benj, that's poked away, but Manning comes up with it in the corner. The Mustangs have played outstanding defense so far in this game. Now Wood between the circles, drives in, down the lane, but he lost something along the way. Ball picked up by Nelson, ahead to Ryan Schwarting, and that's going to be out of bounds off the Mustangs. It'll be Bobcat basketball. Mustangs want to run as much as they can. Felt that they had a very deep bench and the ability to get up and down the floor on this bigger court. Wanted to run as much as they can. Wood all the way in, coast to coast, lays it up and good for 2 more. Wood's got 8 points here in this second half. Ryan Schwarting back out to Nelson. He'll drive to the free throw line, kick it out for Dylan Schwarting. Cross court for Ryan Schwarting, but that's taken away by Chancellor. Now a 2-on-2. Chancellor will pull it back and wait for everybody to catch up. Jamison Wood inside for Chancellor. Up strong with the left hand, a little hook shot that time. Chancellor drops it in. He's got 6 points, and it's 44-25. And Coach Nelson wants to talk things over with his Mustangs. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. Mustangs lead at 44-25. Sides in Milburn Ford in Rushville is a tremendous supporter of Mustang sporting events. The halftime of all of the boys basketball games, boys home basketball games for the remainder of the season, they'll be sponsoring a half-court shot to help student organizations make some money. So you can buy your ticket for a chance to shoot 1 shot from half court and win $500 courtesy of Sides and Milburn Ford in Rushville. Thanks so much to Chris Heiser for his generosity helping the student organizations to raise some money this season. Quickly out of the timeout and back to work. Jared Nelson three-pointer, that's off the front of the rim and rebounded by Chancellor. Wood ahead to Lashley and ahead to Manning. Chancellor towards the basket, pull-up jumper, that one's no good, and it's tipped out of bounds by Dylan Schwarting. Couldn't get a handle on it, and it'll stay with the Bobcats. 4:55 left to go in the third quarter. $19-point lead for Gordon-Rushville. They get it into Tanner Benj, but he can't find the handle, and it comes up to the Mustangs. Ryan Schwarting over the top to Jared Nelson. Nelson hits the deck. Wood with the takeaway and the easy layup at the other end. Back the other way come the Mustangs in a hurry. Nelson across to Dylan Schwarting. High post for Conroy. Feeds it inside for Trace Bagan. Kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way. Ryan Schwarting, good! Ryan Schwarting is on fire. Behind the back dribble by Wood, but that's taken away by Ryan Schwarting. Ryan lays it up and good for two more. Whole bunches of crooked numbers on the score sheet for Ryan Schwarting in this game. 4:05 to go. Now they've got Lashley with the easy break and a block by Dylan Schwarting. Goes up and knocks that one away. Ryan Schwarting in the corner for three again. That one's no good. Dylan Schwarting with the rebound and the putback, and he can't get it to fall. Rebounded by the Bobcats. 3:45 to go, third quarter. Wood up the right side. Inside for Chancellor. Kicks it out. Tanner Benj, three-pointer on the way, and that one is good. Tanner Benj with 6 points. And a foul is going to be called on Casey Lashley. That'll be his third. So Wood and Lashley each with 3 fouls for the Bobcats. As now we've got Campbell, Morgan Holbert, number 2, back into the game for the first time in a long time, and it is sure glad to see number 2 back out on the floor wearing the orange and blue. Ryan Schwarting fakes the three, and to Nelson. Nelson loses the basketball, and a jump ball called as Nelson reached in somehow and tied up Connor Weber. And on the alternating possession, the Mustangs will get the basketball back. So Morgan Holbert sets it up for the Mustangs between the circles. To Nelson on the wing and down to the baseline for Campbell. Into the corner for Ryan Schwarting. Three-pointer, that one won't go. Battle for the rebound. Manning will throw it out of bounds off of Campbell. And Hemingford will get the basketball. 3:04 to go, third quarter. Jamison Wood has it. Mustangs back in that full court. Man-to-man pressure. Manning drives into the lane. Little floater falls in for Johnny Manning, and those are Manning's first 2 points of the game. Nelson drives in, kicks it out to Holbert. Into the corner for Ryan Schwarting. Holbert between the circles and over to Nelson. High post for Combs. Pull-up jumper. In and out, no good. And slapped out of bounds. It'll be Bobcat basketball. In case you missed it earlier, the Lady Mustangs took down the top-seeded 15-1 Hemingford Bobcats earlier today to punch their ticket to the conference championship game. As now we've got a held ball. This time it will be Hemingford basketball. Mustangs upset the Bobcats 85-70. Mustangs scored 30 points above their season average. Firing on all cylinders. As now Nelson will head to the bench. Both Schwartings into the game now for the Mustangs. Wood works to the right. They'll kick it out. Chancellor for three. That one's too long, and it's picked up by Dylan Schwarting. Ahead to Sean Combs. The big man running the floor, and he is fouled. Sean Combs will head to the free throw line. They give that foul to Jamison Wood, and that is his fourth. So Sean Combs at the free throw line for the first time tonight. First free throw is good. And so Jamison Wood has to head to the bench. Jacob Horstman comes in to replace him. 2:03 left to go in the third quarter. And the second free throw by Combs is also good. Mustangs with more pressure. And that's taken away by Morgan Holbert. He hits the deck now, a 2-on-1. Corby Campbell can't quite finish. Needed just a little bit longer arm to get to the board, and now he's going to be called for the blocking foul as Ben's tried to drive past him. Corby picks up his third. Corby will head to the bench. Rhett Conroy back in for the Mustangs with 1:46 to go in the third quarter. Mustangs hanging on to that 19-point lead. So this is Weber to Horstman and on to the wing for Chancellor. Cross-court pass taken away by Rhett Conroy. And Ryan Schwarting up the floor into the corner for Holbert. Back to Schwarting. Now across to Dylan Schwarting. And back across to Holbert, excuse me. Dylan Schwarting, three-pointer on the way, good. 54-32 with 1:10 to go. Here's Connor Weber accelerating to the basket, and he's going to be fouled. I think that'll be Combs that picks that one up. That'll be his second. Connor Weber to the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 tonight from the line. So we will be in action tomorrow afternoon, as at least right now it looks like, barring a catastrophe in the fourth quarter, looks like both Mustangs squads will be in the championship games of this Western Trails Conference tournament tomorrow. Weber lines up the second, and that one does fall in there. We'll take a look at the schedule here when we get a chance. Holbert to Ryan Schwarting, high post for Conroy. Tries to shoot it down low, but it's kicked, and it'll be Mustang basketball. We'll be on the air tomorrow afternoon with the girls in the championship game at 5:30 p.m. Mustangs will be taking on the Kimball Longhorns. Kimball knocked off the Mitchell Tigers earlier today. Mustangs lost to the Longhorns on their home floor down in Kimball just a week and a half ago. That inbounds pass, luckily for the Mustangs, Rhett Conroy stepped out of bounds. Otherwise, Connor Weber had a clear path to the basket. We'll be on the air tomorrow afternoon at 5:30. Unless Hemingford can pull the big comeback here. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Weber drives in, kicks it out for Chancellor. Thought about the three and passed it up. 47 seconds left to go. Horstman, now they'll swing it around back to Weber on the wing. Weber hung up. He's going to just very narrowly avoided the 5-second call. Horstman for three. That one falls off no good, and it's rebounded by Chancellor and a held ball as Sean Combs had a hand on it. And the alternating possession to the Mustangs. 28.2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Morgan Holbert hands it off to Ryan Schwarting, and they'll hold for the last shot. 20 seconds left to go in the third. Mustangs back to a 21-point lead. Dylan Schwarting across to Holbert. Holbert drives in, tried to feed it inside. Now they get the takeaway, Rhett Conroy, and Rhett is fouled with 3.4 seconds left to go. Nice pass inside. Conroy went up strong with it and draws the foul. Give that foul to Tanner Benj. They're saying that's his first. I had him for one earlier. I must have marked that down wrong. So Rhett Conroy. First one falls off no good. So 3.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. One shot coming for Rhett Conroy. And he makes the second. Manning with the three-quarter court heave, and he makes it. Replay that one. What a shot. What a shot at the buzzer by Johnny Manning. So the third quarter comes to an end. Mustangs lead at 55-36.
New Holland is the undisputed leader in hay tools. We give farmers a wide range of innovative equipment that increases efficiency and productivity all year round. Because to us, smart means providing a smooth, clean cut with faster dry down, plug-free conditioning, and superior bale density. And smart means leaving less hay on the field to feed more livestock in less time. The gold standard has been raised. Visit your local New Holland dealer today.
Grocery Mart is your full-service grocery store, and they've got that personal hometown atmosphere that everybody loves. Stop in at the Grocery Mart in downtown Gordon. And tax season is here. Accountant Carol Child is your one-stop source for all your accounting and tax needs and much more. You can find her at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. And it pays to have an accountant on your side. We are underway in the fourth quarter. They work it inside. Chancellor comes up with a loose ball, can't finish, gets his own rebound. The putback, that won't go. Manning now with the putback, that won't go. And the Mustangs will clear the rebound finally as Dylan Schwarting brings it up the right side. 7.5 to go, fourth quarter. Bagan, cross court to Dylan Schwarting. And now Jared Nelson drives in and kicks it out to Trace Bagan. Mustangs not in any notion to take any shot that isn't just pretty good. There's a pull-up jumper at the free throw line by Jared Nelson, but he is fouled and he'll head to the free throw line. That foul goes against Casey Lashley, and that'll be his fourth. Jared Nelson at the free throw line. He's 1 for 2 so far this evening. First one is good. Back to a 20-point lead with 7:15 to go in the fourth quarter. And the second one is short off the front of the rim, rebounded by Wood. Wood brings it up the floor. Now he'll drive baseline, and he's going to be fouled by Sean Combs. Sean picks up his third. And Wood heads to the line. He's 1 for 2. 7:06 to go, fourth quarter. First one is good. And the second one also is good for Jamison Wood. 56-38, 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Ahead to Trace Bagan. Finds Dylan Schwarting cutting to the basket. And that's the way to break a press, folks. Well done by the Mustangs that time. Pushes the lead back to 20. We're under 7 to go. Lashley deep out on the wing. Works against Dylan Schwarting. Now Manning and on to the wing for Wood. Three-pointer is short. And that one will carry him out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. Timeout called by the Mustangs. Essence in downtown Gordon has a great variety of unique items and a fantastic selection of wines and a whole lot more. They now have helium balloons, and in case you didn't know, Valentine's Day is coming up awfully quickly, folks. And fellas, you can get a dozen roses in a vase for $50. It's a special there at Essence. They're open on the 13th, that's Saturday, and they're open from 9 to 1 on Valentine's Day, the 14th. They won't be delivering that day, but if you forget your sweetheart, they'll take care of you. Stop in at downtown Gordon at Essence, and they'll take great care of you. Wine, chocolates, whatever it is that you need for your sweetheart, Amber will take good care of you in downtown Gordon at Essence. It's a 20-point lead for the Mustangs as they try to close this one out and head for the championship game to face off against the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Bridgeport, the #1 seed, they took care of business this afternoon in the earlier game against the Mitchell Tigers. And so they await the winner of this game. Now a full court zone press by the Bobcats, and they'll fall back into their half-court defense. They fall back into a man-to-man now as they've given up on the zone. Inside, And an offensive foul called against Jared Nelson. That is his second. And they'll turn it over to Hemingford with 6:15 to go. Mustangs pick the Bobcats up man-to-man, full court. Wood sets it up. Lashley backs it out, now brings it up between the circles. That one slapped away by Dylan Schwarting, but picked up by Jamison Wood, feeds it underneath, tipped out of there by Trace Bagan, but it will stay with the Bobcats. 5:51 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wood finally able to get it in, but it's tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs. And Hemingford will try it again. Benj up top for Manning. Manning drives in, kicks it out. Benj in the corner. Benj into the lane. Lost the handle, and then he is going to be fouled. He'll head to the free throw line for two. I think they're going to give that foul to Corby Campbell, and that'll be his fourth. Tanner Benj to the free throw line. He's 1 for 1 so far this evening. First one rolls off, no good. Rhett Conroy in and Corby Campbell out. And the second free throw rattles out, no good as well. So the Mustangs try to bring it down the floor and kill the last 5.5 minutes of this game. Man-to-man defense by Hemingford. And Dylan Schwarting across to Ryan Schwarting. Down the lane and out of bounds. They're going to say off of the knee of Ryan Schwarting, and it'll be Hemingford basketball. The Mustangs not with the same intensity that they had at the beginning of the game. But there's a good defensive play by Ryan Schwarting. Picks the pocket of Jamison Wood, lays it up and good for two. Ryan Schwarting with 30 points on the night. Unofficially, of course. 5:05 to go. Wood drives into the lane. And that one is tipped out of bounds by Dylan Schwarting. Nice block that time. Schwarting slapped that one into about the fourth row of the bleachers back there. 5 minutes on the dot left to go in this one. Wood into the corner for Benj. Up to the top, this is Weber, and now Manning. Manning hands it off to Weber. 4:45 to go, and Hemingford, if they have plans on getting back into this thing, need to be scoring at a little more rapid rate than this. They're spending an awful lot of time dribbling around, and now they turn it over. And the Mustangs will have the basketball with 4:37 to go. Jared Nelson sets it up on the wing. Conroy and around to Bagan. Cross to Ryan Schwarting. And back to Nelson. He'll bring it up between the circles and the Mustangs reset. Dylan Schwarting on the wing now. Now Ryan Schwarting, long three-pointer. Good! Puts it up there and makes it look so easy. Drops in another three as we work our way past the 4-minute mark. Jamison Wood all the way in, just a little bit too hard. Mustangs on the run, 2-on-1. Ryan Schwarting misses that one. It'd be about the only thing he's missed tonight. Manning to Benj up top. Now they try to go inside. Trace Bagan's going to be called for the foul, and that'll be Trace's first. And now a sub. This will be Brady Bolander coming into the game for Dylan Schwarting. 3:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. Weber puts that one down and draws the foul. So Connor Weber with a chance for the three-point play. That foul is called on Brady Bolender. That is his second. That gives Connor Weber 8 points on the night and a chance to make it 9 here. And the free throw is good. A 1-2-2 zone press. Nelson to Conroy, but Conroy is fouled by Jamison Wood, and that'll be the end of the game for Jamison Wood, as he has just fouled out. Jamison Wood finishes with 15 points for the Bobcats tonight. 3 minutes, 31 seconds left to go. And we should be in a 1-and-1. No, that's just the 6th foul. As now Rhett Conroy comes out, Corby Campbell back in for the Mustangs. The Mustangs trying to get Corby and Morgan Holbert into game shape again after the long layoff with the injury. Trying to get their legs back under them as that one's tipped out of bounds, and it'll go back over to the Hemingford Bobcats with 3:22 to go in the fourth quarter. But good to have both Morgan Holbert and Corby Campbell back in action for the Mustangs, as they'll need them to make this stretch run. Mustangs with a chance to do some damage once they get to sub-district play. And Tanner Benj is finally going to be fouled after a couple of rebound and putback attempts. And that is Brady Bolender picking up his 3rd foul. So Tanner Benj 1 for 3 from the free throw line. First one is good. And the second free throw, no good, and rebounded by Corby Campbell. Here come the Mustangs back the other way with 3:02 to go. Nelson peels it back out, and now Ryan Schwarting. The Mustangs just trying to get rid of this last 3 minutes and get out of town. Get ready to make the trip back down here tomorrow night. We'll be on the air. The girls' championship game set to start at around 5:30. Make sure you tune in a little bit early, just in case things are ahead of schedule. We'll have pregame for you. As there's a shot by Campbell that misses everything and rebounded by the Bobcats. And a timeout called by Hemingford. 2:23 left to go, fourth quarter. Mustangs comfortably out in front, 63-42. See who we haven't mentioned here. Hins Home Furnishings invites you to come in and see their completely remodeled store. New items are arriving daily. They have a full line of appliances, sofas, recliners, mattresses, and a whole lot more. And if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, Chuck can order it for you. They also offer free local delivery. And remember, every dollar you spend locally keeps money in our community. That's Hins Home Furnishings, downtown Gordon. So definitely say thanks to sponsors of today's action. Long road trip down here. We'll be down here 2 days in a row, and it's great to be able to bring this action to you. And so when you see those sponsors on the street, just tell them thanks. Say, hey, watch that webcast the other day. We appreciate you sponsoring the basketball, and just let them know, because every little bit counts. As now Hemingford has put the reserves in. The Mustangs well on their way as the Mustangs second stringers head to the scorer's table to come in, as this one is all but over. A final three-pointer, though, an exclamation point by Ryan Schwarting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 three-pointers today for Ryan Schwarting. Bobcats, we got a whole bunch of young players in there. This is Austin Ferreter, can't get his shot to go. And a timeout called by the Mustangs, as that'll be the end of the day for the Mustangs regular players. They'll get the reserves into the game and be ready to finish it off. So trying to get an idea who all we've got in there for the Bobcats. Luke Cullen, number 1, was in there. Austin Farrader, number 35. Looks like we've got Toby Phillips wearing number 11. Jason Randolph, number 2. So 1, 2, 3, 11, and 35. So Cullen, Randolph, Weber, Phillips, and Farrader on the floor for the Hemingford Bobcats. 1 minute and 34 seconds left to go in this one. Morgan Holbert brings it between the circles. They'll work against a 2-1-2 zone defense. And so the Mustangs trying to get this done, and Morgan Holbert's fouled by Connor Weber. So Carson Hinn, Corbin Bailey, Lane Meeks, and Hideki Sato into the game along with Morgan Holbert to finish things off for the Mustangs here this evening. Free throw by Morgan is good. Morgan gets on the board, earns another free throw. Second free throw is also good. Pushes the lead to 68-42. So this is Cullen working against Bailey. Gets it to Randolph. Randolph drives to the baseline. Jumper, that one is no good, and rebounded by Carson Hinn. We're under a minute left to go in this one. Morgan Holbert brings it up the floor across to Sato. Sato, of course, a foreign exchange student from Japan. Glad to have him on board. We certainly hope his parents are able to tune in and enjoy this. Randolph inside, and now off his hands and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs or go back over to the Mustangs. Just under 35 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. So make sure you tune in tomorrow afternoon shortly after 5 o'clock. The girls' championship game set to get underway at 5:30. The Mustangs and the Kimball Longhorns. And in the boys' championship game, which will immediately follow, it'll be these Mustangs of Gordon-Rushville and the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Connor Weber with the steal and the layup. Makes it 68-44 as we're under 12 to go. Morgan Holbert will cross the timeline, under 8. He'll just dribble it out, and that'll be the end. Final here from the semifinal. Gordon-Rushville 68 and Hemingford 44. Both Mustang teams in the Western Trails Conference Tournament Championship. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Stay tuned. Give me just a couple of minutes, and we'll have some unofficial final scoring totals for you. Going to have to get the abacus out to total up Ryan Schwarting's numbers, as he's got a whole bundle of them. So we'll step aside and be back with some final scoring totals in just a minute on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Which one was it recorded on before? Do you know?
Well, this was in there. This was in there for both games. And
These are exciting times here at New Holland Agriculture. It's no secret that dealers define who we are. This group of energized businessmen are delivering like never before. And what are they delivering? New products, service, and equipment for people with field smarts just like you.
Tomorrow. Give me a chance to just finish up a couple of more quick additions here. All right, final unofficial scoring totals. It was quite a night for Ryan Schwarting. 8 3-pointers. He finished with 36 points to lead all scorers. Jared Nelson finished with 15 for the Mustangs as well. Dylan Schwarting added 7. And then 4 players with 2 points apiece. Morgan Holbert, Dylan Schwarting had 7. Morgan Holbert with 2. Trace Bagan with 2. Rhett Conroy with 2. And Sean Combs also with 2. For the Hemingford Bobcats, Jamison Wood finished with 15 points. Connor Weber had 11. Tanner Benj with 7. Brandon Chancellor with 6. And Johnny Manning with 5 to round it out. Final score, the Mustangs defeat the Hemingford Bobcats 68-44. And in the girls' game, the Mustangs 85-70 winners over the top-seeded Hemingford Bobcats. Mustangs get ready to try and avenge their loss to the Kimball Longhorns in the championship game. And the boys will take on the Bridgeport Bulldogs. Tune in shortly after 5 o'clock tomorrow for pregame action. The Girls Western Trails Conference Tournament Championship. Thanks for joining us here this evening, everyone. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. So for cameraman Jesse Moss and broadcast engineer Jacob Grover, I'm Clint Anderson, saying thanks for watching Mustang Basketball 2016 on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.